ones are sharp. I know, I use them every...
Final morning, and we're the final people here. Bit of rain last night. They got probably 75 mil of water in the water tank down there, off the roof. Quite a pleasant morning. It's not so cold. So the mission now is to get the trailer out of here, the caravan out of here. Hopefully the mistakes we made yesterday don't re-happen. They won't.
Feels like a mini pin.
This pin on the car trailer, it failed. Either it wasn't held tight enough and it's come out and then clicked open, or it's basically snapped, because this was all bent on the car trailer. So we might have to put a little padlock in there from now on when we're off the beaten track. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just go back through our channel, and it was the last video that we had published where we lost the car trailer coming down to one of the river crossings.
Whoa! I don't know where I went up there in the hole.
Uh-oh. That's stuck.
I'm gonna give you a boost.
Give me a little push. Oh, nice one. Nice. Yeah.
It's like a round.
Keep going. Turn left, steer into it. That's it. Good job. Nice crossing.
That's wrong.
Nice.
Go for the deep spot. He did.
Let's do this. First little challenge is a bit of mud. This is the first switch back. I'm just checking the bottle. No, the bottle's fine. Miles of room. Keeping a bird's eye view on it this time. Down to the first crossing. This one shouldn't be a problem on the hitch, should it? This one's just straight down and across. Yeah. Coming down now to the first crossing from camp. Now pulling the Jayco, I can definitely feel the extra ton of weight behind me compared to the weight of the car trailer with the bikes on it. So I had it in second gear there, and yeah, it was a bit more difficult than I thought, and I didn't really want to push momentum because I knew with Adam how loose the rocks are underfoot, so I didn't want to break traction at all. So I let it stall and then went back to first and walked it out. Now the bigger footprint of the Jayco also, I have to take a lot more care with trees and side angles as such. So most of the work we're doing here is in first gear. I've got the rear locker on all the time, just as a precaution. So we're coming down to the spot where the truck threw off the last trailer. So I'm gonna just leave this on, leading down to the creek and through it. Just wanna see what angles it's starting to get to. The infamous second river crossing. Again, a little bit of momentum, not too much to break traction in these pebbles. After all the heavy waters, all the rocks have moved around. We don't necessarily have a solid base as we would throughout a drier period where the cars are coming and compacting the rocks. Easily through the section where we cut the tree. Last obstacle, the big hill. Just as a few raindrops are starting to hit the screen. It's steep, but there's a lot of traction. Still start with both lockers in. I use steady momentum, but this really would be a challenge of a hill in the wet. Now, Shell did a great job running this hill. She had to stay a fair way in front of us, plus have the camera on us, running backwards at times. Great job, honey. Just needed to be careful in the one section coming up here where Adam got caught out, so I used a little bit more momentum. Yep. I think we got out just at the right time.
Maybe it's gonna start raining.
It's starting to drizzle. Looking quite grey too. The kids and I really enjoyed riding. The only reason we were able to do that together is because Shell put a hand up to bring the car trailer down. So thanks again, honey, for that. You did an amazing job. Put all those extra Ks and a bit of dirt on your car, we're sorry, but we really appreciated it. She's got Millie, I've got Nicholas. Making our way back out to the tar. ARB compressor's done all 8 tyres. 18 back up to 40. 20 minutes for 8 tyres. I wouldn't rely on any other compressor. What's for lunch? Woohoo! We might even empty the catch cans. Compare who caught the most oil. She didn't do all the low range work, but she did some. Plus she towed. There's a fair bit of oil. Enough to need a can, like I always say. Enough to need a can. The reason my can didn't actually give us any oil is because before we left for this trip, I replaced the filter. The filter needs to dirty itself all the way up for the vapor to then become liquid. So at this point in time, my filter's only half dirty. That brings us to the conclusion of this series. I hope you enjoyed it. A beautiful spot. We were very privileged to be invited down there. Until the next adventure, and as always, thanks for watching.